a teenage girl gave birth in a stable. In a small, quiet town called Bethlehem, under the vast Judean sky, a young woman named Mary found herself far from home. She was heavy with child, weary from a long journey taken with her husband Joseph. The road had been dusty, the nights cold, and the uncertainty great. They had come to obey a decree that everyone return to their ancestral home to be counted. Yet, as they arrived, the streets were crowded with travelers, and every door they knocked on brought the same answer: no room. One by one, the inns turned them away. Hope faded with each rejection. Finally, an innkeeper offered a place, not in a room, but in a stable. It was simple, humble, and filled with the soft sounds of animals resting for the night. But in that lowly place, surrounded by hay and the flicker of a lantern, something extraordinary happened. There, Mary brought her firstborn son into the world, a baby named Jesus. She wrapped him in swaddling cloths and laid him in a manger. It wasn't a royal palace or a grand temple, yet this moment, quiet and unseen by most, would change the course of history forever. But wait, there's more. His birth wasn't announced to kings, scholars, or nobles. Instead, the message came to shepherds, the forgotten, the outcasts of society, who were watching their flocks under the stars. Suddenly, the dark sky burst with light as angels appeared, their voices ringing through the night. Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. Far away, wise men from the east noticed a new star blazing in the heavens. Interpreting it as a sign of a great king's birth, they began their journey across deserts and mountains. Guided by that radiant star, they came bearing gifts: gold for royalty, frankincense for divinity, and myrrh for the sacrifice that would one day come. Each gift told a part of his story. What if I told you that this single event, a child born in a manger, redefined history? From such humble beginnings came teachings that would reshape hearts, nations, and entire civilizations. Jesus grew to speak words of love, forgiveness, and hope, words that reached beyond time, race, and culture. He called for compassion over judgment, service over power, and faith over fear. Centuries passed, yet his message still echoes. Every Christmas, people across the world celebrate not just the birth of a baby, but the birth of a promise. The promise of light in darkness, of peace in chaos, of redemption for all. Families gather around glowing trees, sing carols of joy, and exchange gifts that symbolize love freely given, all rooted in that holy night in Bethlehem. But it goes even deeper. The story of Jesus challenges us to see the divine in the ordinary, to care for the poor, to forgive, and to love without condition. It reminds us that greatness is not found in power or wealth, but in humility and service. The impact of that birth still reaches into every corner of the world, in every act of kindness, every word of grace, every life changed by faith. It was not just a birth. It was the beginning of a legacy that continues to shape who we are and who we can become. So as you reflect on that night, a teenage girl, a frightened husband, a stable full of wonder, remember this: hope was born there. If this message inspired you, make sure to subscribe and stay connected. Let's keep growing together, in faith, in purpose, and in love.